to the Kerrville Weekly News for the week ending September 21, 2024. The great show of Scott Christensen and Ho that has been appearing at the Museum of Western Art ended today. Museum Executive Director Daryl Beecham said it was one of the most well-received shows that the museum has had in recent memory. It brought in art patrons literally from around the world. It was so powerful. So I hope you were able to check out the show. Some of the news this week included a really great piece from the Kerrville Weekly News on local coffee shops. Obviously, there's some big chains in town like Starbucks and now Dutch Brothers. But it turns out that the local coffee shops are also doing quite well and thriving. So Pint and Plow, PACC, and Lift Coffee in West Kerr County and Ingram all are doing quite well. And about many Kerrville patrons have found that going to a local coffee shop can be a real pleasure. Next up, Cert, the Kerr County Community Emergency Response Team, is looking for new members. The County Emergency Management Coordinator, Dub Thomas, said they're looking for people who can be calm under pressure and willing to lend a hand when someone is in need. They need team members who can keep a level head, and so there will be an open house on September 28th. If you're interested in checking out this volunteer opportunity. The Kerr County Commissioners are expected to sign an agreement Monday with developers of a 273-unit multifamily residential development on Holdsworth Drive off Caillou Boulevard. After that, the renamed Bluewood Hillside Heights has until March 2027 to complete construction. This would certainly help the amount of home properties in Kerr County, and it will be a great way to provide affordable and achievable housing for residents in our community. Tivy football had a great win this weekend with a blowout over the Sam Houston Hurricanes in Antler Stadium. From start to finish, the Antlers asserted their dominance, never trailing and showcasing their offensive prowess. After a short, or rather slow, start in the first quarter, the Antlers came alive in the second quarter and exploded for 41 points in that quarter. So, Tivy fight never dies, and the team did incredibly well this week, and we can only hope that they continue to do so. And our final story is about the Magnificent Seven. Yes, they opened their show at the Kerrville Arts and Cultural Center last week, and it's been a rousing success to date. On September 21, several of the artists were going to demonstrate their painting techniques by doing live painting at the event. I've spoken with several members of the Magnificent Seven, and they have been thoroughly pleased with the results. In the first week of the show, it seemed to have gotten a lot of traction in the community. If you are not aware of some of the great local artists in Kerrville, I've got two podcasts for you that might interest you. The first is the Hill Country Artist Podcast, where I talk to a wide variety of artists in our community, highlighting local artists and the work they do and the art they create. And then the Magnificent Seven, where I took a deep dive into their current show at the KACC. It's a great opportunity for you to learn more about local artists. So I hope you will check out one or more of those podcasts. And I really hope that you will get to the KACC in the next 3 weeks as the show extends to, or the Magnificent Seven Rides Again show extends to October 14th at the KACC. Once again, it's a great show. The artists are usually there on the weekends to visit with you and answer any questions. And it's a great way to introduce yourself to some great local artists. This is Tom Fox. I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Kerrville Weekly News Roundup. This podcast is a production of the Texas Hill Country Podcast Network. If you've enjoyed this podcast, I hope you will subscribe or rate and review this podcast wherever great podcasts are listened to. I hope you'll join Gilbert, Andrew, and myself next week where we take a look at some of the top stories from Kerrville and the surrounding Hill Country area. Thanks so much for listening.